you Marvel zombies. I have a new review, and it is The Unstoppable Wasp #5, and that's by Jeremy Whitley and Garhu. Sorry, I need to hear that name pronounced. I'm butchering it, I admit. I'm sorry. First off, before we begin, new comic reviews during the month of February are brought to you by Spirit's Destiny #2. The Kickstarter is up and running now. You can go support the book or share the book with people who might want to support the book, or do both. That'd be great. Now, let's get back to reviewing a new comic book. And it's kind of early, it's just February, but this issue, #5 of Unstoppable Wasp, just might make my top 10 list of 2019. This is one of the most brutal, emotionally written stories I've seen in a while. And to bring you up to speed, the series has started up and running, and Janet Van Dyne has been able to create a business and a working relationship with Nadia's Girl Squad team of scientists, and she's creating meetings and presentations for us. So she's been kind of getting a little swept up in the whole businesses of being a scientist and a businesswoman and a superhero, and she's getting more stressed out. Meanwhile, as usual with superheroes, a team of supervillains have infiltrated them, attacked them, and they're trying to figure out why they did that. And last issue ends with Nadia going into a manic attack, and Janet kind of realizes, like, oh no, I think she's bipolar, like Hank was. Oh my god. Like, that explains a lot of the way Hank was written over the last 50, 60 years. No, it's not inconsistent writing with a whole bunch of people writing the character. He was bipolar. Actually, that really fits and explains a lot of stuff. It makes his character actually a little bit more fascinating now that you look at it through that lens. And that's what apparently is happening with her, and her friends are trying to keep her from shrinking into this little laboratory she has in this jewel, and she's been able to kind of like manipulate time. It's science, it's comic books. So time is much slower in this little jewel, tiny, microscopic laboratory. So she could be gone for a very long time, within, hours. So they're trying to keep her from going back, because the last issue she came out, she had been there for like maybe days and was going kind of crazy and tired and exhausted. And they want to try and keep her back, and she starts attacking them. She attacks Shay, who is like the sweetest, nicest person in the world, and she attacks her best friend, Tiana. And like, okay, she spent like the entire run of the book previously trying to save her, and now that she's trying to keep her from going back into this laboratory, she is wailing on her, like not holding back, until Shay just gives up and gives her the jewel, like, okay, go in your little laboratory, which she does. She apologizes and then goes. That creates a really interesting scene among the scientists, where like some of them are going, okay, you know what, screw her, I'm done, this is not for me. And Priera, who essentially was the most hesitant in going into this business with them. Like, she was kind of ashamed and embarrassed to be a scientist. She wanted to be a girly girl and be fashionable and cool with all the cool kids. And she really drug her feet coming into it. She's the one who steals the original Wasp's suit, like the original 60s suit, and follows her into the jewel. And holy crap, her laboratory is far more elaborate than I thought it was. I actually thought it was just going to be a room, and it's like a friggin' fantasy castle. And then they have this really amazing talk where Nadia kind of confesses to her that she just gets really lost and wrapped up, and she is frightened of, you know, who she is, and she is devastated to learn that she's kind of becoming the villain of her own story. And she's telling her, no, you know, we know who you are, we understand, you know, where you're coming from, and essentially brings her back. And this wonderful exchange. And of course we have some drama because her suit wasn't set, so it's gonna unshrink and maybe kill them both. So we have to kind of just jump right back into things. So the day is saved when Jan and Mockingbird come back in. So, all right, it looks like she's going to have to get proper medication, and then they can go kick the asses of those bad guys, because comics. And this was a really strong issue. I mean, there was a lot of raw emotion in it. It's startling to see someone who, up until like the last issue, has been like this really sweet, kind of like optimistic, cute character, kind of just turn on her friends for very little reasoning. It's startling, and it can show you how devastating a certain issue like bipolar can be for a person. I have to confess, I have had people in my past suffer from this, and it's tough, and it's challenging. And there was actually a person in my life in the past that suffered from this, and I didn't stick around. I sometimes worry if that was the right choice. I've learned a lot about bipolar disorders and depression, clinical depression, since then. And I think it's made me a stronger person as far as dealing with friends and family and loved ones who may suffer from such problems. And I'm really happy to see that addressed in a superhero comic book with a hero that we would normally like be all behind. Now we have to kind of deal with this new layer to her. And in the past, you know, or actually, heck, now you could have just done like, oh, she was hit by cosmic rays that made her turn evil. And you could have used that as a very you can put that as a distant metaphor for what was suffering. And I'm actually happy that they just stripped all that away and goes, no, this is what's going on, because people in real life have it, and heroes would have it too. I'm very moved by this issue. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to easily give this 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. I recommend this book, frankly. It's a really good series. What do you, the viewers at home, think? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk later. We have a bunch of different things going on, social media. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook. My comic book Red Knight is on Facebook, and you can support this channel with Patreons, just starting at $1 and stuff. Cool, huh? All right. Push the button, Lindsay.